making backups of their InspectVue libraries and what's the best method. A lot of people are talking about burning it onto CDs or external hard drives or thumb drives. Well, we live in a technology today that has ready access, ready and free access to a lot of cloud repositories. That always seems to be the best bet when it comes to storing your backups, especially for any kind of glacial backups. And by glacial, I mean long-term storage. So what we're going to go over today is some things here. First of all, what we recommend is any of the free accounts. There's Dropbox, there's Google Drives, and I'll go over setup of both of those. The first one that we're going to go over is Dropbox. I'm going to go over how to set up a free account. I'm going to show you how to install the Dropbox software so that it becomes really super easy for you to make your backups and push it to the cloud. I'm also going to show you how to fix some of the autoplay for images. And what autoplay is like when you first install whenever you first install Dropbox, it wants to move every single picture you import to Dropbox because they have a very limited free space available. It's like, I think it's 2 GB, which, if you're just storing your InspectVue libraries, it's perfect, right? You probably won't need much more than that ever, right? But if you do, they have some paid options, which are really great too. Dropbox is a great service, but it's like $10 a month. Um, but if you just leave it as it standardly installs, you're going to be moving all of your pictures to your upload site and or to Dropbox, and that's just going to really fill up quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the autoplay images so that it doesn't upload images to your Dropbox, only what you choose to get uploaded. Finally, we're going to make our backup of our library. And we'll go over some optional features like sharing, how to share files. We're also going to go over some things like how to do the exact same thing we're doing in Dropbox, but we'll do it in Google Drive. Okay, if you have a Gmail account, you get 15 gigabytes of free hard drive space, free cloud space that you can store all of your uploads as well. Now, keep in mind that with Google Drive, you share that space with your standard emails. So if you get a lot of email traffic that has attachments and things like that, that also counts against your 15 gigabytes. But the good news is Gmail is always increasing that. When I first started with Gmail back in 1990 something, blah blah blah, Gmail was they gave you at that time a huge amount of hard drive space, almost a gigabyte back then was a lot, and it slowly grew. You had a little counter going on that would, over the time it grew to about 7 MB, and now it's 15. So we're good to go. So I tell you what, let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I've already set up a test account here called Porter Valley Test. This isn't the one. If you guys have any kind of email traffic for us, just go ahead and send it to support@pvsoftware.com. But for our intensive purposes, we're just going to be here at Porter Valley Test at gmail.com. Okay, so what we're going to first do is we're using Google Chrome, but you could use Edge, or you can use any other Firefox or whatever. It doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is we're going to go directly to the website. We're going to go to www.dropbox.com, just like so, and we hit enter. Takes us right there. Okay, so if you look here, this might not take you to the correct space, or whatever. You might have to adjust this up here, but just right here is get Dropbox Basics is what we're looking for. All right, we're gonna create a new account, and we're gonna call our Porter, and our last name is going to be Valley. As you can see, I have an account already with them. So what I'm going to do is change this to Porter Valley Test at gmail.com, just like so. Porter Valley Test at gmail.com. I'm going to give my standard password, just something like that. Good to go. And I'm going to agree to the terms, and I'm going to create an account. It's really simple. I'm going to go ahead and I would recommend you guys do the same, is go ahead and have it save your password. Okay? Just like so. Perfect. Now, here, if you're setting it up for the first time, if you're setting up Dropbox for the very first time, you can do the download of the Dropbox software in one fell swoop. Okay, and you can register and download the software and you're perfect. If not, I'll show you how to go ahead and download and install the software afterwards as well. But for this purposes, we're going to go ahead and do this right now. We're going to download the Dropbox, and it might take a second, but what we're going to do is we're just going to put this on my desktop so that I can get rid of it later. There we go. Bingo. Outstanding. Now, since it's down here, all I need to do is to run it is just click on it, and away we go. Now this might take some time, so I might go ahead and pause the video here, and we'll come back after it's done. Okay, the download has completed. Now we're going to go ahead and do the installing. While this is installing, I just wanted to take the time to let you guys know that this does take a little bit of time. There is a little bit of a process going on behind the scenes, and it's going to vary from computer to computer. Yours might take a little bit longer, or it might take a little bit less time. So don't be disheartened. Just go ahead and get it installed, and I'm telling you, you won't regret it at all. Okay. Okay, it looks like we finally finished our install, and right now we're just waiting for it to add some apps and do its thing, and I think we're just about ready here. Okay, let's add some files. There it goes. It popped in right down here. I don't know if you can see that. Good, good, good. And great. Congratulations. Your Dropbox has been successfully installed. It was pretty painless. We didn't really have to do too much. One of the things that we can go ahead and open up our Dropbox folder now. You can kind of see what's going on. Okay, well, we don't need to get started. Let's just close that. Thank you for letting me know. And here's our Dropbox folder. And you'll notice that it's going to be located right over here on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's going to be right there. And that's what's really important about installing the software, that it's going to be really easy to find from now on. Okay, we can install just exactly what we want here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this extra, getting started here. But first things first, I'm going to create a new folder, and that new folder is going to call InspectVue Backups. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. There we go. Yeah, it's like I only work here. Okay, here we go. So just perfect. And that's all we really need. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close this. And good. We can close this because we don't need that anymore, and we don't need that anymore. Now, you'll notice here that our next thing is to fix the autoplay for images. Let me go ahead and explain. I think I explained that earlier about the pictures, taking up your free space. So to fix that, all we need to do is click on this. I don't know if you can see that right here. There's a little Dropbox icon down here in the taskbar. We're going to just left click on that, and that brings up this little interactive window here. We're going to check out our settings, and we're going to go to preferences. All right. Next, we're going to go to where it says import and change autoplay settings. And you'll notice as soon as we do this, let's go ahead and move that out of the way. See how it says import photos and videos immediately to Dropbox? Well, we don't want that. We want it to ask us. Ask us every single time, just in case you do want to move it to your Dropbox account. It's an important image, you don't want to lose it, or hey, I don't need to import all of my pictures. I want to separate my personal from my business or whatever. So you want it to ask you every time. We're going to do the same thing down here with memory cards. We want it to ask me every time, and let's just keep going down to make sure we're not missing any. See, here we go. From my phone, I don't want it to do that from my phone. So let's go ahead and say ask me every time, and ask me every time. Perfect. And I think that's it. That's all we need to do, man. Good. Let's save those changes. And we're ready to go. Next up is we're gonna actually make our backup. All right, here we go. Let's go to InspectVue Editor. There's a difference between the InspectVue Residential and the InspectVue Residential and InspectVue Editor. So we want to open up our editor. Fantastic. And I'm using just the master library, but some of you may have additional libraries, and I'll go over those procedures as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here to Tools first, and we're going to say Backup Libraries and Reference Files. Okay, now since I only have the master, I'm going to do my master library, but if you have an other library down here, you'll see them listed in this area down here, and you'll select the library that you're going to back up and click on this Backup Other Library. But for me, we're just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to say Backup Master Library, and the first thing we want to do is select our not our OneDrive, but you can use that if you'd like. We're going to select Dropbox and go InspectVue Backups, and we're going to call it down here, we're going to call it exactly what it is. Master Library, and we're going to give it today's date, which was 05, what is it today, 03/17. Okay? Now it's important that we put the date on here because in the future we're going to be making monthly backups. I know you guys are making your monthly backups out there. We're going to make monthly backups, and we want to be able to track our record. We want to track our backups. That way, if for some reason an error gets written into our library and we don't catch it right away, we can always go back in time to a point where that didn't happen and grab sections, categories, components, narratives, whatever we want, and reinstall those items. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and click on Save, and it's going to go ahead and do its process. I'm going to go ahead and pause this until it's done, and there we go. Master Library backup successful. Fantastic. So we're just going to click on OK. Now, we're not quite done. What we also want to do is if you guys have contacts like your realtors and things like that, you're also going to want to back those up as well. So I'm going to click on where it says Backup Referral and Invoice Selection Lists. This is a good idea to do at the same time you do your libraries. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. This is really quick. What we're going to do is we're going to do exactly like we did before. See how we're in Dropbox and we're in InspectVue Backups? This time we're going to call it, again, what it is, Contacts. Okay, and we're going to save. Notice we're still in the same location. Click on Save. Done. Super fast. Okay, we're closed. And believe it or not, guys, that's it. You're done. You're absolutely done. If you saved it to your local Dropbox folder, it's already automatically pushed to the cloud. To illustrate, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little green circle, right, with a check mark in it, right there in your Dropbox icon, which means you're fully synced. You're safe now. Your backup, your laptop or your computer could get struck by lightning, and you're still safe because your data is on the cloud. To show you, if we come back here and we log into Dropbox, Dropbox.com, fantastic. We're logged in already. We don't need to see this. Next. Come on. Fantastic. There's our folder that we made locally. Remember, InspectVue Backups. Go away. There's a lot of. Come on, skip. End tour. There we go. I was clicking on the wrong one. Okay, so there's our folder that we made previously locally on our computers. If we click on that, come on. What's going on? Okay, sorry about that. There was a small problem. I had this check mark here. We don't want to do that. We just want to go into our folder. And if you look, there's our files already safe and sound on the cloud. And we're pretty much done, right? At this point, you can reinstall your libraries because they're locally. I'm going to go ahead and show you how that's done. To like say if you were moving between accounts or you're moving, say you you had a catastrophic failure and you reinstall InspectVue, and now it's time to put your libraries back on. That's real simple too. Again, you do that in the editor. Okay, just like so. You go up to Tools, and instead of hitting Backup, you're going to hit Restore Libraries and Backup Files. Here we go. And you're going to select which one it is. Remember, if it's an other library, you're going to select a different button. If it is your master library, you're going to click this one. And ours is, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And all you have to do is find your location in Dropbox. go into your folder, and because it's local, right? Go into your InspectVue backups, and then you're going to click on master library and click on open, and it's going to do its thing. I don't need to do it because I just made my backup, but you would just click OK. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and click cancel. What this is basically saying is that it's going to delete the master library and then restore it with the one that you're selecting here. In this case, master library 5317. We don't need to worry about that right now, so we're going to go ahead and hit cancel. All right, and you would do the same thing for your referral and invoice selection. Okay, fantastic. Now, we also wanted to cover some optional sharing features like Google Drive. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. If you come to, I'm going to show you my test account here. This is my Google account, my Gmail account. If you have a Gmail account, you're going to have a lot of options for you. If you check out this little tile square here, depending on, in the future this may change, it might be over here. Just look for any one of your applications and see how it says Google Apps. That's what we're looking for. We're going to open this up and we're going to come down here to where it says Google Drive. I mean, all of these tools, these amazing tools that you get for free. You come down here to Google Drive. There we go. I have nothing in there. It's a blank account. All I'm going to do is click on New, and I'm going to create a new folder here. I'm going to do the exact same thing like I did before. InspectVue, InspectVue Backups. I'm going to go ahead and hit Create. Now this has some really cool options here. I don't know. It's a little bit different than, say, Dropbox. I personally would tend to use Google Drive over Dropbox, but it all depends on you. But you can right-click on the folder here, and you can change colors. You can add stars. You could do all kinds of groovy stuff with it. I'm going to turn my folder green. Look, you can add a star so that it's easier to find. All kinds of good stuff like that. But what we're going to do now is we are going to just go into it by double-clicking. There we go. And you can drag and drop folders there. You could drag and drop files there. It all works great. Or if you don't really have access to a multi-screen like I do, I'm going to show you. Go ahead. You just click on the New, and we're going to File Upload. And again, just like we did before, we're going to come to our Dropbox folder or wherever we choose to save it. In this case, if you don't have Dropbox, I would recommend saving it someplace in your Documents folder. If you ever experience hard drive failures, most computer repair technicians are going to want to save whatever's in your Documents folder, your Pictures folders. They're going to try and save that if they can. So a good place to do it is to make a special folder in Documents. But ours is actually located here under InspectVue. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it. I'm just going to highlight both and click open, and it just shows you, it uploads it right away. And this one's actually going to take a little bit of time, but while that's uploading, I'm going to talk about sharing. Suppose you have a couple clients that you want to upload a document to. Okay, so to do that, let's go up to my drive. Let's create a new folder here. And we're going to call this clients. If I can spell, that would be awesome. Okay, we're going to call this clients. Fantastic. And I'm going to do like I did before. I'm going to change that color. I kind of like the colors. And we're going to add a red folder this time. And I'm going to just drag and drop, but you know how to, if you need to, you can just click on the new file upload. But say, for instance, you completed your report and you want to send it out to your client. Okay, let's go ahead and drag and drop that there. This is your report, your PDF report that you're going to be uploading. Okay, cool. There's our PDF. All you need to do now is right click on it, and you can now click on share, and you can share this with just about anybody. Just like that. There's your report, Mr. Client, and send it. That's it. Now they don't have to worry about getting a large file in their email. They'll just get a link. They click on that link and they can download your file. It's really simple. Okay? Now, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. You can call me at 877-810-5635. You can send an email to either to me directly, tom.garland@pvsoftware.com, or if you can send it to support@pvsoftware.com, either myself or Lou or one of the other guys here, we will answer your email. We'll get it either way. So I hope that helps. And if you guys have any questions, look forward to hearing from it. You guys have a great day now. Bye-bye.